Hello, people at the house on and today we're talking about climate change. So the weather and basically toxins in the air like fossil fuels and slurry and all that kind of thing. So we're going to talk about Ireland. We're not really worrying about any other country because Ireland comes before any other country. Because as Irish people, we should worry about our own country and not anybody else's country. And they don't worry about our country, so we not worry about them. So, but that's off topic. So climate change in Ireland. I'm going to talk about China for a few seconds, but China is severely bad with climate change. You can't nearly breathe in China and Beijing because of all the toxic fumes coming out from funnels. And they give out, the EU just comes on top of Ireland saying you can't burn coal, you can't burn turf. We're going to ban it soon and what's it, 2030 or something code, I don't know. That's what they say. Anyway, but let's see what the EU, if they're challenged by so many Irish people, because the Irish government will not challenge them because they're too scared of Germany and they're too scared of fats because they're shitting themselves because they be like, oh, we don't want the retard giving out the fats or anything. And if the Irish people say anything gets fats, which I am, so if the government has anything to really say about it, then they can throw me in prison for about 5 months, but they never shut up freedom, to be honest. Like Germany and fats, they have more worse pollution and climate change features than Ireland does. Because I'm sure in Fatsies have big nuclear power plants and all that. In this country, we haven't barely nearly anything. We had, I think in Dublin, the only two big funnels we had, which are shut down now, which were which were putting out. It's not that toxic with smoke. It wasn't like you couldn't breathe. It was just smoke. But people said it was bad for the environment. And they just shut it down. So, but they were talking about banning diesel on electric cars. It's probably happening all across Europe too. But again, the EU's telling us to do it because we are not. We should just govern our own state. Simple as that. The EU can, if we want to. I know the weather is affecting us. I know there's loads of flooding and snow happening in March and all that. It is, that's weird, but it's not up to. It's not Ireland's fault. It's China. It's Japan. It's America. It's all these countries' fault. It's definitely America's fault because they're drilling oil like hell out of the ground. So and Saudi Arabia and all them. It's their fault, not our peaceful nation. We don't even barely build anything in this country. I know turf. Though correct me if I'm wrong, but turf does give out a bit of a fume of toxic, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I know turf does lie in the ground and it does get all hard and soggy and all that because it does grow in soggy ground, uh, in the bogs. But it's not that bad. As I said at the beginning of the video, if you are a farmer in Ireland, you would know about slurry pits. Slurry pits are the worst thing in this country about climate change, I suppose. The slurry pits are very toxic things to have in this country, I suppose. That'd be the most toxic thing we have, apart from cow. We do have. There's no problem with cows. It's simple as that. There's not causing any hassle to this country. It's not killing any trees. They're not killing. Not as bad as China. And the European Union say, oh, you're bad. We have to crack down and we have to fine you if you don't do this and that and the other. That's what Angela Morph is always like. She's like, oh, we can bully Ireland because they won't stand up. But I'm telling you now, Anglo, and I'm telling all the German people, I will stand up for Ireland and I will fight for her freedom and for her liberty like we did in 1916. And you won't shut me up no matter what you do. And now that's out of the way, so what was I talking about? I don't. What was I fucking talking about? I can't remember. uh, I know I'm a bit dopey. I know. Uh, I actually forget. Oh my god. Oh yeah, the snowy pits and all that. Yeah, are pretty bad. If you fall into it, you're gonna basically just drown in slowly, which is you'll be dead in a few minutes. You'll be dead in a second or two. That's literally it to you. So that's really loads of people died of Slurry because they went in after the phones or after something. I remember one time a child went after a ball in the Slurry pit and sadly that didn't end very well because the child on the ball was swallowed into the Slurry pit and he died very quickly. But we should always be aware of farm safety. I should do that actually someday in the video. to recap, Ireland's not the problem for climate change, and the EU should just bugger off and leave us to do whatever we want. Like, there's no problem in this country with climate change, apart from snowy pits, but we need them, to be honest with you, in this country. They have been here for generations of years, and the EU can't just, and especially with coal fires. Yeah, just speaking of it, there is some places down in Kerry, Cork, and around the around the south of the country, down in the bottom end of the country in Cork and Kerry, they have their own way, the old ways of doing things. The old ways. Say it out, old ways. I couldn't get me words out there for a second. The same here. I do light the fire every so often. It's no hassle, and if the EU tells me otherwise, they can probably fucking put me in prison if they want. But then again, they have to pay for me in prison, and this country has no money nearly to put anybody nearly in the prison for. Unless you don't pay your tax, then you'll be fucked. You'll be fucking thrown in for about 50 years. And then if you killed about 10 people in this country, nobody give a fuck. But yeah, there's not really much problems. Coal, it doesn't. I know starting off a fire, it is. There is loads of dark smoke, but when I was growing up, there was a lot of chimneys being lit. There was no really underground heating and all that, but it wasn't that bad. I never really give out about smoke or anything coming out of chimneys. There was a lot. I did grow up in a bit of a town, so it wasn't that much. It was a bit smoke, but it wasn't enough to annoy you. I mean, you were used to it. You got used to it. The Irish people get used to it so quickly. It's ridiculous. You literally don't even find the smoke. You just see the smoke and you're like, oh, shit, Jesus Christ, the smoke. Somebody has to fire lit. Jesus, have to go and let me fire. No, nobody, I will be cutting the hair tomorrow. Oh, what the fuck am I saying? Cutting the hair. Cutting the hair. Did I say cut the hair or cut the hair? Oh, I don't fucking know anymore. I just say random stuff sometimes, you know. But anyway, to recap again, because I'm fucking taking long time to explain myself today. Climate change in Ireland is just nothing. There's nothing wrong with this country with climate change. It's just the rest of the EU has problems with it. And they just want to bully Ireland because they just want to. Because everybody in Ireland is just a dope and they won't say anything. Well, no, don't mean that in post very badly. Because nobody will stand up to the EU in this country. No, they're too afraid that they bankrupt this country or they give away to some other country. That's what people are afraid of, and they're too afraid of people losing their jobs and the EU companies pulling out of this country. But to be honest, we should not give a fuck. We are able to mind ourselves. I mean, we are. It's the same when you hit 18, you're able to mind yourself. We are able to mind ourselves because as Irish people, we're able to mind ourselves. The same as the German people are able to mind themselves after World War Two. Yeah, now the rationing and all that, so they should think about that next time they come and annoy us. So yeah, take a watch and subscribe more and bye.